Okay, I noticed that there are quite a few people who tend to read this blog article about how cops mark tires and stuff. I found it interesting because I had problems with it back when I was in Rice Lake, sitting in my car a lot in the 24-hour parking lot. Eventually, at some point, they got tired of it and gave me a ticket. Um, it's now, from what I understand, in cities, the parking situation tends to be largely public complaint driven. So the cops aren't necessarily there to target the cars so much, unless if they're hot areas that have had a history of problems. Then the cops will hire maybe somebody. Depends on how busy it is. Maybe a parking enforcement officer or something, and they'll just go around with their chalk and mark tires. But that's not the only way they mark it. In fact, just today I've been hanging out for the past couple of days in this parking lot, and the cop just pulls up and asks if my car was broken down or if I need help or whatever. He checked my driver's license, saw that it was clean and all that. He said it's okay to park here. This is only South Bend. It's a small town, and you're allowed to. In fact, over there they have parking area. It says overnight parking for RVs. It's right in front of the police station. So I'm allowed to park here near this library, the Carnegie Library. But if I could stay here too long, then it will turn into an annoyance complaint or uh, there's a little ordinance where you could be considered just an annoyance. There's a better word for it, and I believe I may have pushed that limit in Raymond because I stayed parked in the shopping parking lots for about a week, and then a cop comes by at 2 a.m. and asks questions why I was there, and asked me to pretty much leave, but not until like the next day. He said just go back to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. Um, he really woke me up and shook me up. Um, Cops use several methods. I mean, I had a situation where I got a ticket uh, after a big snowfall. They waited 24 hours after the snowfall, and all the cars that left the snow on their cars got tickets. That was a measure. Big cities have the electronic sensors that they just drive through, and they'll photo the license plates and then record the time and place and all that. Or another way could be they mark the parking spot. They'll put numbers on the your parking spot and then record it that way somehow. There's multiple methods that they do. I've gotten tickets. I've gotten two parking tickets. I beat them both. I got a lot of spare time being jobless and homeless. I took the time to go to the court and just say that I moved my car, and um, the problem is no longer present. So please quash the tickets, and they did. The first time was easy. Second time was a little more difficult. I had to go in a little more detail with the prosecutor and just explain, that I moved it from that second spot. And that all happened within a week and a half of each other. That's when the cops really started getting hard on me. But yeah, that first time really got me asking the question, why? What do they do? And when I was away from my car, apparently they pulled up and a neighbor saw, kind of a neighbor, a neighbor to me sleeping in my car type of neighbor, saw the cops pull up and like mark the tire the previous day, and then the next day they gave me a ticket. After I got the ticket, I heard advice, you keep it on the windshield or something, just let the cops know that you got it and you're aware of it. And that's what I did. I moved it from the front to the back because it was easier to see the ticket on my back window, and I just let it sit there. I let people see it, let the cops, shows that I'm aware of it, that there's an infraction, and I had to move it, and that was that.